Oh, sir.
Yeah. That's how I feel right now. Were you surprised by that noise? You weren't expecting that? So, ferocious. I have dinosaur energy today, folks. That's what it's been defined as, and that's what I'm rolling with. Dinosaur. Yeah. Dinosaurus. A dinosaurus? Can you call it that? That was rhetorical. It's okay. I'm calling it whatever I want. A dinosaurus. Time for the dinosaurus. Day 48, MiSuNDERStoOd 2. Terrence Taylor. Terrence talks too much international speaking and coaching. It is Sunday. September the 17th. It is 5:45 p.m. You know I don't like being down here all this late in the day. I'm gonna tell you why. Very soon. Action snippety snap. Snap snapper. Snap slapper. Hi, welcome back. People know who you are now. You're not a secret no more. I mean, you weren't really a secret. You were just I wasn't revealing the what's the Drake line? I'm not hiding my kid from the world. Something. Yeah, listen, I need to protect what is sacred and pure around me. And as much as I am sharing a lot, sometimes you have to pace yourself in terms of what to share, when to share it, how much to share, but also how would I be me, authentic, going through this whole experience in a pretty essential relationship that's pretty handy dandy, not necessarily acknowledging in an honest way. Trust me, I've toyed with that this entire time. Thank you. Hearts of love, but right back to you. Yeah, man, how much of when you share, when I'm here to share, but how much do you share that's enough, and what's too much, and when and how do people feel being shared with others? This is my show, not yours, and so we got to understand how you want to exist out in the internet sphere and what that looks like. So, yeah, sharing your relationships on the internet with strangers 101. Yeah. That's cool. Welcome back. We survived Hurricane Lee. Thank goodness. I wasn't sure if we were gonna make it. I'm kidding. We were fine. It was a lot of hype. Maybe other people experienced a pretty shitty version of Hurricane Lee, but we did not. We lost power, like 4 o'clock yesterday? Came back on at noon today. I mean, whatevs. A night without no power and a little bit of wind. Drove around this morning to see. It wasn't that bad. We have experienced some pretty awful hurricanes. And I say awful based on our East Coast Canadian vantage point, because there's mad hurricanes that have existed on Earth that are way worse than anything we've ever experienced here. But typically we take a hurricane and usually you drive around the south end of Halifax and there's fucking trees everywhere, knocked out of the ground, halfway across the street, fully across the street, everything, everywhere. Not so much that today. So I hope anyone else who had to deal with this hurricane has come out better on the other side. Oh man, I have things to talk about. As much as right here and right now is not exactly where I want to be. It is a Sunday. It's 6 p.m. nearly, and this is happening. Although I had a nap, feel rejuvenated. Couldn't record and didn't think I was going to record today. I didn't. The power outage map said 11 tonight, so I had almost in my mind convinced myself that there was not going to be power today. That was a mistake because there is, and we're here, but I'm glad, and that's good, and yay. So we're going to move through this delightful day. Okay, so here's the plan. I don't have topics, but today I'm referring to it as a check-in day. I'm taking the housekeeping and the topics and I'm mashing them together. And that's what we're going to do today. I don't really have anything to thoroughly discuss super deeply, but also the things I have require a little bit more maintenance than typical housekeeping segment. So we're going to switch it up a little bit today and go through the things. And what do I have? What do I have? I have a primary aim check-in. I have a partnership proposal check-in. I got a 4-day plan check-in. And I'll talk a little bit about my 1 hour of therapy that I gave myself yesterday that I was not expecting to have to do. I'm not mad at it. I had a bit of time to sit in all that was shared yesterday. Man, that was a lot. Man, oh man, that was a lot. Primary aim. We'll start with that because you're sitting right in front of your computer working on yours right now. Is that true? Is that true? Is that true? You are working on your primary aim right now. How many questions total was it? 11?
11 and 2 bonus questions.
Gotcha. So 13 total questions. And this morning we went through and did up to 9, 10. Then our brains were absolutely zapped and warped. It takes a tremendous amount of brain power to envision your whole life, what you want, what you value, what your day-to-day life, what your hour-to-hour daily experience is going to be like, what you want 2 years from now, 10 years from now, 20 years from now. Questions that are kind of the same, but a little bit different. So you got to dig in a bit here, and you could give yourself the excuse that, oh, I already answered that question, but you didn't. So now you got to dig back into your soul to try to find those answers too. It's requires some mental capacity, some emotional bandwidth, and some true soul seeking. And yeah, we needed a break. About an hour or so of writing and thinking, and just needed a break. So we took a break. You're off your break. Clearly, I'm still on mine. I'll revisit that a little bit later on today. And it's good. It's good to think about our lives and really take the intentional time to plan that out. One, on your own, but two, with someone else. And then we're gonna have a cool get back in my teacher bag. So of all the questions we have, I will finish, you'll finish, and then we'll switch. And I was thinking I would read your answers and you would read my answers. And then that way I can hear what I want my primary aim in life to be from the voice of you and see how that sounds, how it, how our life, how our goal is expressed by someone, first of all, other than us, but two, by the person you're creating this plan with. I think it'd be a cool exercise to hear my vision from your verbal sharing box. Verbal sharing box. Yeah, from your throat. Tell me my life through your throat. That'd be great. And I'll do the same for you. And I think that'll be a cool way of going through this and learning. And then you can speak my truth into existence, and I could do a bit of speaking your truth into existence as well. We'll see how it goes. Experimenting, having fun, making more out of the situations. That's me though, coming up with a little challenge within the challenge, make it more fun, add a little bit of this, add a little bit of that, give it some pizzazz, and pow! What kind of magic do we have? So we'll finish that today, and I don't know if I'll be checking in on that anytime soon because we about to be, well, not in this little phase. I got a lot to talk about in the next couple of days. In these last two, there's 2 more days left. After today, there's 49 and 50, and then that's it. So, oh man, I don't know how much you'll get out of this, but don't worry. The primary aim conversation is not over. And we'll continue. You just keep following along this beautiful journey. I'll be telling you lots about my life. Anything else about the primary aim? Any other thoughts? Any other things? Anything that's coming to the brain? What you got?
Intentional relationships. A lot of work.
Intentional relationships take a lot of work. It's like a job.
A second job.
A second job.
Not in a bad way.
No, I hear what you're saying. It's work. It doesn't just, you don't just get a relationship because you showed up. Well, shit, we know that about our own family members. Like, you don't just show up and it takes work, and to think and believe that a romantic relationship will be any different. Friendship relationships take work. Relationships with your parents take work. With your siblings take work. With your employees take work. With your coworkers take work. It's all a constant back and forth and a edit, self-correct, check. Hey, what do you think about this? Boom, go back to the drawing board, come back with a new plan. Have you ever gone about intentionally setting up a relationship like this?
No.
Good. Tried, but yeah, downslope. Yeah, I feel that. Me too. I've never actually cared or thought about going about setting up a relationship in this way. I never knew to think to ask these questions.
I also never saw a future with.
Ooh, you never saw a future with any of the people that you were with, so you never really thought to think that far ahead. I feel that. Yeah, this is just a little temporary situation thing. A little situationship.
Who knows where we'll be in a year?
Yeah, so I think further than that. I feel that. I feel that. That's real. That's real. Yeah. Sounds like a little bit of not settling anymore. And now that you actually decide to be with someone that makes sense, that you go, hey, let's talk about a plan. Let's talk about a little future here. Not a little one, but like,
In its infancy.
yeah, it's just beginning, and it's birth. It's being birthed with intention baked in. I like that. Bake some intention into the things that you do right off the rip, because now forever we have to. This is how it goes. This is our foundation of forward building movement and momentum. So there's no way we can not carry intention through everything else. If this is the beginning of how we set that up, that's cool. Are you excited?
Yeah. We have to water it to grow.
Gotta water it to grow. You gotta water your relationship in order for it to grow. Plants, baby. We all just out here growing and living, getting better each and every day. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for being a part of this day. Thank you for being a part of intention setting and aiming with the primary goal in mind and doing the tough work that it takes to make that happen. Cheers. Cling, cling. Clang, 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 clang. Oh, yeah. All right. So I worked on the partnership proposal last night while we were in the dark. No power. But I got me my little hotspot going. Got on my Photoshop. Typically, when I have a proposal template, it's 11 wide, 8.5 high. It's pretty standard presentation style, information sharing. I was thinking about this go around and how I wanted to share ideas. I usually use Google Sheets, so that's how I end up with that slide presentation style of information sharing. And I wasn't sure how I wanted to do that this go around. I wanted to switch it up a little bit. I wanted to come with a little bit different energy. My old proposal was black and white. Talk so much international speaking and coaching, has so much color and fun. So use it. I have business card templates. I have MiSuNDERStoOd 2 square information templates. I've been edged into using square imagery versus rectangular. And so I started making this proposal template out of a square. Maybe that doesn't sound like a big deal. Maybe it's not, but it's a little bit different. So one, there's my 3%. It's It's a version of what I've already done, but I've changed it, simplified it, and given it. I get to the point like that instead of dancing. My old proposal template had 11 pages: intro logo, outro logo, intro blurb, bit on their company, what the idea was, what the deliverables were, what the project idea was, what the timeline was. Here's my old work. Here's some of my old clients. It's a lot. And it worked. It 7 out of 10 times it worked. So I know it's a formula that's successful. It's just about in this phase and wanting to pitch an idea. What of that do I need? And what of that is completely unnecessary? And what I was able to extract was, once I created the document that said, here's Talks Too Much, International Speaking and Coaching, here's the opportunity, here's what everyone gets, and maybe a bit more info after that. So I've come up with, at this point, 5 pages, and I'm on page 6 right now, and page 6 is the exchange. So I got a cover image. I got a blurb that says what Talks Too Much is. I got a page that says, we want to partner with you for this. Here's the opportunity. Here's the write-up of the opportunity. And here's what the partnership looks like. I'm excited about that because as I look at it, I go, well, all I need to do is come up with a way to say, here's what you get and here's what we get. The trade component. 100-day field trip is back. And I'm glad to, I never had anything like this when I had 100-day field trip. I just was sending an email asking someone, hey, swap this. Hey, would you do that? Hey, can you? But there was nothing of any sort of organizational presentation that a complete stranger no one would look at this the way I was going about this and say, yeah, I want to do that. And I know that because it never fucking happened. And I've sold mad shit. I know how to get somebody to buy something. So the fact that that never happened and I never had a plan, and now I have a plan that I've used. Again, what's a thing we create? What's a template we create? What's something that's useful that we can change, repurpose, and use again? It's not about creating something from scratch, coming up with some brand new idea. No, I bet you have the thing that you want to use somewhere already. Tweak it, change it, take a little bit of this, add a little bit of that, mix some 2 things together, come up with another thing that you need because this thing is a little bit different and special. All right, cool, boom, bam, out of here. And I have that, and I want to say I'll be done by the end of this week because tomorrow is going to be nuts. Tuesday is a busy ass day, and without putting too much pressure on myself to do more than the hours in the day will allow, I probably won't really be able to look at this until Wednesday, which means it's probably done by Friday. Work on it Wednesday, go to sleep Thursday, go to sleep, wake up Thursday, review it, sit on it, finalize it Friday, done. And then I'll send it to Shack Up Cabins. That's the place we stayed. I'm gonna try there. I'm gonna try with the first attempt. We get the venue down, boom. Now to be able to attach, here's where we're staying. Look at this. And then anyone else who we want to work with will say, oh, wow, that's beautiful. Yeah, I know. And here's what you get for doing that. Piece all that together. I'm excited. It was all my biggest challenge was always, can you just get one person? If I can get one person to believe in this thing, I'm fine. If the first round of this takes 4 partners, if I can get one, I can get the other 4. The other 3, I can't. I can do it. And lucky for me, this Shack Up Cabins, I have spent money with them. Stayed there 3 times, so I'm not a complete stranger, and they seem interested. So yeah, there's rapport and a little bit more progress is underway. So I'm hype about that. I'm glad to be doing that. Thumbs up for me. Yay. Double thumbs up for me. Plus yours makes it a triple. Plus another one makes it a quadruple. 4 thumbs up. And if the dog had thumbs, we'd probably get some too. But A, floppy ears and happiness. I'm down with that too. That's my proposal. I'm on page 5. I'll be moving forward very soon. Oh no, my 4-day plan. My 4-day plan. I have to wake up way too early tomorrow. Tomorrow I have to wake up, record 49. Nope. You know what I'm gonna do? Tomorrow I'm gonna record the 3 A's and Q's, and then I'm gonna record MiSuNDERStoOd 2 at the end. I think I'll have more to talk about, because recording now at 6 to then wake up 12 hours from now and do this again, I'm not gonna have shit. So do this now, go through those 3 episodes, and then be able to talk about what that was like, deliver on that. And then, yeah, my 4-episode plan, my 4 in a day. That's tomorrow. Do we have our 3 questions? You had a few. We're gonna think some more. Okay, we're gonna. You plot. You throw a few down, and then we can configure which ones to maybe combine this question with that question and come up with something, and wham, boom. Because I'm. If I have my questions and I could sit down first thing and write them and go through that, I'll feel tremendous. Because at this point, it's again 6 o'clock. It's a Sunday. I don't totally subscribe to certain days and relaxing and doing certain, but no, it's a Sunday night. I'm not doing shit. The last thing I'm gonna be doing is writing stories. I need a break before this mountain I have to climb tomorrow. So I'm taking it, I'm doing it, and I'll have a plan. I'm gonna wake up first thing in the AM, come down here, get to it, climb this mountain, yo. Day 49, 4 episodes. I don't just say shit and not do it. Again, I love this because the moment I go, you know what? You got to do that. You can't do that. What if you did that? All right, well, it's said and it's done. So now we got to at least try. And at the very least, if we can't do it, then why? And if we do it, then what did we learn through that? So 4 in a day, it's coming up tomorrow. I'm excited. And I'll be reporting back to you about this time tomorrow about how this all went down. My 1 hour of therapy to myself, episode 47. My soul felt empty after that. Although with a topic like your mom not wanting kids and not wanting you, it's impossible to say everything you want to say. You just can't. You just can't. And of course, you're going to immediately, as soon as you're finished, think of mad shit that you forgot to say that you want to say. I did that yesterday. Oh, yes, there was a phrase, a thing that I very specifically wanted to say, or a sentiment that I didn't necessarily, I might have danced around it or kind of reference it. But the interesting thing about doing this often is that we'll have things will happen and we'll talk about it. And then I'll find a phrase that resonates with the sentiment. And then I can keep that and then build off of that. Sometimes you have those great phrases and then you forget to use them. And they really, really summarize the point in which you're trying to make. I was noticing that when I was going back and doing the edits, thinking about speaking presentations and going, oh, I'm going to say that. That was good. And then take that and build off of that. Sometimes you do the opposite where you say a bunch of words and you don't actually say the thing that captures the soul. And I had to come back and do that. And then I left and I felt mad other shit that I wanted to say and share. That makes this overall process challenging. Do I come back and do another episode to try to elaborate on those things? Do I take those thoughts somewhere else and expound on them there? Do I jot them down, resonate with them, let that settle, and then do nothing with that? I think there's so many different kind of things you can do with this process. It's, again, the way rappers and musicians talk about this release as a therapeutic release, having to get it out. Whether people even hear it or not, it has to get out. I think about something like yesterday's episode and I wonder, is that something I even need to necessarily share? Do I get out of that experience what I needed to get out of it by just doing it? And do I need to go to the next level of, which is actually sharing that with others? I can't answer that until I watch it back. It's so personal that in the moment you got to just do it. Let it all flow and be, and don't censor it in the moment. And then deal with it after and see how you feel. That's definitely something I've learned over the course of this 50 days is just do it. Just do it. Just be honest about it. Just do it. If you feel like you need to take something out, take it out. If you need to censor something, censor it. I feel like what I shared is probably so relatable. Sadly, there's probably so many people, especially of our age range, who feel the same way. And yeah, sure, and culturally too. But I think that the way I saw it on The Shy and how that created an understanding for me as to what was happening, I almost feel the same in that. That however I went through that is essential because somebody will find the words and it will make sense to them. It's not about me and how I feel about sharing it. If I'm going to be here and share the good and the challenges, then I'm going to have to share the shit. That's just how it goes. I have to be careful about what shit I share, obviously, but this doesn't work if all I talk about is the good that happens. That's not real. So figuring out how to do that, do it safely. It's also my story, so it's mine to share. I'm not going to not tell my version of the truth. Everyone's right. I always say that. Everyone's right. Everyone from their perspective is right. So I think there's a way that there's too much good. That's how I feel. There's too much good that comes out of sharing that. And although some of what's not great will also come out of that, if I weigh the two, I go, I'd rather share it and take whatever comes with that. Ooh, my mom would be mad that okay, I don't care. My family's going to feel away because I'm airing out my family business. All right. It's my business, so. And I got to work through it. And if this is how I do that, then it's not really for me to have to explain that to anyone else. So I don't need to ask permission to tell my own story. I hope it's as meaningful and as impactful as I felt it was in the moment. If I think about the episodes that in the early release package of, hey, we're going to give folks 3 to 5 episodes off the bat, I could see that episode being one of them. It's always the episodes that I feel like, oh man, should I share that? They're the best ones. Yeah. I land of like, man, was that too much? But that's because it was what it was supposed to be. I went past the comfort level and got to like a true space of discomfort, and then had to sit in it. I think of the episode with the Tell Two People pilot when we sat here and it went back and forth, and it was uncomfortable, but it was so necessary, and it showed two people trying to create a thing, reaching a challenge, and having to deal with that challenge in front of people in real time. And God, if I was able to share that, man, I knew in that moment when that happened, and I was saying it while I was watching, like, oh, this is great. This is perfect. Y'all don't get it. Maybe y'all don't understand why us having this real time disagreement and challenge, documenting that and working through it. Maybe I don't get why and how that's going to be impactful, but I knew it. I knew it in my soul. So now I have to do the same. I have to trust that whenever that feeling comes up, it's a good thing. Lean into that. Try. Truth is, without being clout chasey and messy, how do you get to that moment more consistently? How do you get to that space of vulnerability where it feels like it's a little bit too far, but if I didn't go this far, I wouldn't get this. And let's not go too far. First of all, what is too far? So you have to figure out where that line is. But how do we get as close to that line as possible, as consistently as possible? If every time we get there, magic happens. So I'm just trying to, I don't know, be okay with that, or or at the very least, kind of know, it's not as accidental. I guess that's the point. It's not as, you don't get these moments as accidentally as you might think. You can very intentionally go and say, I'm going to do that. I'm going to push to that limit. And I guess what's happened is I've seen it happen intentionally but unintentionally. How I've gotten to there and went, oh shit, wow, this is cool. I didn't plan on getting here, but I'm glad I'm here. So now you go, okay, how do you just plan to get there? How do you set it up where you get there more often? Because that's where the realness is going to come from. That's where the moments of authenticity, the truest, most vulnerable moments, that's where they've continued to exist, in those discomfort situations. All right, let's figure that out.
A lot of it is what is your intention, and that'll kind of lead you to how to get there. Because you'll be uncomfortable, but you'll either feel okay with it or you won't. Like it's something that's like, oh, that's maybe because we talk about this all the time. How trauma is so easy to rely on for content and share. Like everybody resonates with that. Shit, right? But
Yeah, how do you?
what is your intent?
Yeah, a Drake song, for example. Like he's the biggest artist in the world because he talks about the challenges in his relationship. Everyone on fucking planet Earth can relate to that. Being mad at a woman or a man for doing whatever they did, being in your feelings. Everybody can relate to that. But that shit is traumatic. And are we really? I'm not shitting on Drake by any means, but is there a way that we can find a way to be intentional about our gathering that's not necessarily centered around trauma? Or if it is, how to do that in a healthy way and not in a, for lack of better terms, toxic way? How do you get into the space of exploring your trauma and doing it in a way that you move past it, instead of creating a community of fuckery that everyone, misery loves company? No, I'm not trying to do that. And that would be really easy to do. Very easy to do. So, yeah, cultivating a space that, although it's centered around our traumatic paths and pasts, how is it configured in a way that's healthy and intended to grow past it and move forward? Write that question down. I got to keep that one. That's a good one. See? Just happened right there. Yeah, I'm not, because I don't want this to be fucking toxic fest. I don't want a bunch of people in the comments wallowing in the sorrows of the shitty things that happen in their life. I don't want that. But I do want people who've had a bunch of nonsense happen in their life to configure here and come up with a plan to improve and be better because of it. So yeah, that's cool. I like that. I like that. Yeah, I'm gonna. Yeah, that's a great A's and Q's therapy edition question. Like, therapist, how do I cultivate a space where it can be based on and around trauma, but we're all here to heal and improve each other? Claire, I got a question for you. That's the one. That's the one we need answered. I'm here for it. I'm here. I'm down. Oh man, how do you feel about that? That was good. That was good. That was a nice little accidental 35 minutes. Didn't even realize that. Didn't feel like it did it. No. See, that's why you gotta do it. Half hour ain't shit, yo. Like my poofs, my pom-poms. Finally washed my hair and combed it. This is awful to comb. I should be getting in dready mode real quick. It's nasty. So if you don't comb this in the shower with the water on it, you had no hair at the end of the day. 3C or 4C. 4C or 4B?
It's probably between 4C and 4B and 4C.
Yeah, I got that coarseness. If I took one of these long, my hair is probably 9-10 inches long. It is beautiful, you're right. But if I pulled the hair out right now and left it here, it'd be about 3. No, not even 3. You might have 2 inches of hair. It's just ridiculous, man. Shrinkage is big time. Good thing I don't shrink everywhere all the time. I mean, that's not true. Sometimes I do shrink somewhere. It's what's cold out. But my height, my 6'5" not going anywhere. See? Get your dirty mind out of the gutter. What are you doing over there? Put your hand out of your face palm. What are you gonna go watch? That fucking Lakeith Stanfield show with the Brazilian baby? I'm ready for that. I'm ready to go back and watch some shit. I'm also sick of these fucking mice. I found mice shit everywhere yesterday. Every fucking where. All on my couch. In my couch, behind every fucking thing. Upstairs, downstairs, middle floor, everywhere. It's fucking disgusting, man. The man's coming tomorrow. Thank God. But there's mouse shit everywhere. It's every fucking where. It's disgusting. I hate it. Poop pellets everywhere. Get the fuck out of here. Stuart, you and your family can get the fuck out of here. And you were asked nicely and politely before. You didn't listen. Now you have to die violently. Or slowly, however the mouse killers killed him. Yes. How I chopped the mouse's head off in half with the broom. Yeah. Broke the broom, broke the mouse. Yeah. Yeah. Well, listen, nobody needs to hear how loud I screamed at 5 o'clock in the morning because I killed a mouse and I saw it and I screamed, cried. That's someone's business. Why are you telling my business? Stop telling my business. I screamed, cried when I saw a mouse. Okay, so what?
I love you for it all.
Good, you better. I love you too. That's it. That's all. That's my primary aim. That's your primary aim. That's my partnership package. That is my 4-day plan. And that's me therapizing myself. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope that was a great day. This is MiSuNDERStoOd 2. This is Terrence Taylor. I'm trying to get out of this hot ass jacket. Can you see the meshy frontness of this? It's a mesh. I like it. I'm a bit more swole than I was back in.
It's given NBA like pregame, like when the
Yeah, there you go. But fitted and strong, and I could wear this to an adult event, but also go to the court and. You're not ready for my moves. Oh, they're not ready. Bye. That's it. They don't care about my moves either. We out here clowning. They don't give a fuck.
My daddy makes out. And his name is Terrence Taylor. And I took those pictures.